Hey guys, listen. What Thursday already? Oh my gosh, it's so crazy, right? I'm one day away from our weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. But happy Thursday. Welcome to Trending Topics. And we got some topics to talk about tonight, okay? I hope you got your ticket. All you standing at the train station, luggage in hand, is going to be a read tonight. Come on, Plum. Get that ticket, okay? And y'all know how it goes down over here, right? Oh, greetings from Virginia. Hey, y'all know how it goes down over here. You just gotta hit that like button. That like button is your ticket on this train. We're doing an express train tonight. We're trying to do 60 minutes, okay? But we're here for you. We want to hear from y'all because we got some good topics. Okay, Steph Curry and his wife Ashley Curry. They don't want the poor people in their neighborhood. Remember that in history, what was her name? Queen Antoinette, somebody, let them eat cake. The people were starving. She's like, let them eat cake, okay? They was hungry, the poor people. They don't want the poor people in their neighborhood because they want to live in a safe neighborhood. Now, I don't know where we equate poor to just being unsafe, but we're going to get into this, okay? It's rumors that Robyn Dixon from the Real Housewives of Potomac got fired. We're going to talk about it. I don't know how you feel about that. Do you want her to keep her job or what's going on with that? But that's the rumors out there. Then listen, Miami is doing it big. They did a whole police car dedicated to Black History. You know what? I forgot to say this yesterday. Happy Black History Month. You know what? Every day we come up here in the month of February, we got to give some education. I'll start tomorrow. I have to get some Black history education, okay? Because it's Black History Month. I almost forgot. But Miami didn't forget. They got a whole police car dedicated to Black history. We're going to get into it. We're going to show it to y'all. We're going to talk about it, okay? Are y'all ready for us to board this train? If so, I want to see y'all in the chat. Choo, choo. All aboard. But let me get a monthly ticket holder here. Okay, she not playing no games. She don't buy a ticket every day. She got her monthly pass. Hold on, everybody. Hey, Auntie Robyn.
Hey, Diva. Happy Black History Month. And since we're on the train, let's talk about A. Philip Randolph.
Okay, you give it to them. Give us a history. I'm sitting up.
Of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. That is the union, the union that represented the sleeping car porters. In the old days, when people traveled by train, primarily, they had, for long trips, they had the sleeping cars, and he organized these Black employees and formed the union. So that is our Black History moment for this evening.
Well, go ahead, Robyn, and that's why you a monthly ticket holder. You coming in here off the hip, honey. You didn't need no book. You ain't had to do no research. Off the hip, she gave us some Black history. All right, Robyn, Auntie Robyn, thank you. Well, Sebastian, the stranger's on the train. Hey, Sebastian.
Sebastian had to step away for a moment. He asked that you not bring him on just yet.
Okay, Sebastian has stepped away. He's in another train. Okay, Sebastian went to another car. I don't know what he went to do, but he'll be back. Hey, Don, how are you?
What's going on, people? Happy Black History Month, Negro History Week.
Oh.
shout out to the bros Omega Psi Phi for finally putting out that letter. And yo to the bros at Kappa Alpha Psi.
Oh, that letter about the cops?
Yeah.
What did they say?
They just finally put a statement out. Like all of the Divine Nine had put a statement out about it because most of the three of five of the cops were brothers of Omega Psi Phi.
I saw that.
All of the Divine Nine, except for the Omegas, had put a statement out, saying that they, it was just bad and just basically a bad look on Black Greeks. And they finally put a statement out today.
See, Roya, don't start. We just got on this show.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So I don't have no problem with the bros of Omega Psi Phi, but Yoda Kappa Alpha Psi.
And let's say it is Black History Month. My stories out there.
Yo.
Okay, we gotta
do a Greek takeover, but it is Black History Month. Yes,
we do. Well,
hey everyone.
Okay, to y'all. Hey, Sebastian. Royer, welcome to the train ride.
Yeah, I was going to start off a completely different way, but they just kind of took us left. But listen, lift every voice and sing.
Yes.
In heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Let us march on till victory is won.
Yes.
Sing a song full
of the hope that the presence.
Okay, Black History over here.
Yes.
Come on now, we trying to do this thing, okay? Black History Month on the train. All right. So wait, we got Miss Juanita in the building. Hey, Juanita.
Hey guys, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
I'll have my little note of Black History tomorrow if you're
yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Emmanuel, hey.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm like Mimi when she was like, "Shot, I'm tired. I am so tired. I am tired. It's been a long week, but one more day.
Listen, let me tell you something. We ain't going to backtrack to that right there, but last night was heavy. It was heavy. We bringing this train. It's the light train today. Oh, hey, Doc Willie. Listen, all right, guys. So we starting out with this Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry story, okay? He's an NBA basketball star. He got sneakers. He got jerseys. He got stuff. And he lives in a very prestigious, pricey neighborhood. The zip code matters. And in his neighborhood, they want to build, a building for the middle class or the low class or whatever to try to help the people out. They want some other people that may not be able to afford a big house in the neighborhood to be able to live in the neighborhood and have those amenities for being in that neighborhood. But Mr. Steph Curry said, hold on. Him and his wife, they wrote a nice little letter to the township. They said, listen, we want to stop this and block this. You shouldn't do this. The reason why me and my wife came here is because we want to have a safe environment for our family. That's why we're here. That's why we're paying all this money. And y'all about to tear down the neighborhood with this building. And if y'all must do it, then y'all better build a wall, some landscaping, and some fences to block the people that's in that building from seeing me and my family. And he might as well just add it and don't let them go to the school either. And so my thing is, these are little people that buy your sneakers. These are little people that buy your jerseys. These are little people that love you. These are little people that go to that stadium when you're playing, buying that $20 popcorn, the $50 soda, and the $90 hot dog. That they had to save up all their good money so they can take their kids that love you. Then they got to buy the kids some binoculars because they can't afford those seats that's closed. They all the way up there with your sneakers on, your jersey on, with the binoculars, loving you. And you said, not in my neighborhood. I don't care where they live. Don't put them over here because I want to be safe. Why do we equate just because somebody doesn't have money, they're going to be a menace to society? They're going to tear down the neighborhood. They're going to bring down the value of the zip code because they don't have no money. But see, you cool when we go to the store with the Foot Locker and all that and buy your sneakers when it come out. When we in the mall standing on the line trying to get a ticket to get your sneakers, that's almost $200-$300. You cool with that? We okay with you then? You cool when you and your wife on a photo op and y'all want to talk about y'all going to help the little people and you need to do some charity to offset all of that money you get in. Now you cool. You're going to come see us over there. But now that we might come in your zip code, you want to talk about safety? Well, who said I'm a derelict? Who said just because I don't have any money to buy that mansion over there like yours, that I'm just the worst person in the world, I'm the scum of the earth, and I'm going to just tear down the neighborhood? Now, let's be clear, and I said this in my video earlier. Let's be very clear. Robberies happen in these expensive zip codes. So the fact that a building is there, you think it's going to be more robberies? You think that these people are just going to tear up the town? And listen. I was talking to Royer, and he said it best. He was like, if it's all that, then go buy yourself an island and you ain't got to worry about no building right outside in your backyard. And I doubt as much property as they have, I doubt the building is going to be sitting and their kids is going to be in the swing and somebody going to be in the building looking out and see their kids swinging. Stop it, Steph Curry. Now let's start this thing off because they're pissing me off already. Auntie Robyn, what do you think about Steph and Ayesha Curry and the kids? And you talking about, I need them to be safe. That's why I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, as discussed, that is disgustingly elitist. We have forever lived with NIMBY, not in my backyard syndrome, which is a tool that absolutely separates the haves from the have-nots.
That part.
He would have been much better off if he cited security versus privacy versus vagrancy. The community that he lives in, and I think I read this maybe a couple of days ago, he paid $31 million for his house. The town that they live in, or the neighborhood, has the houses cost, the median cost for a home is $7 million. That means half of the houses are $7 million and under, and the other half are $7 million over. We need to also understand the concept of relativity. Affordable housing in that neighborhood and that zip code means something very different than
that part.
What affordable living is in my neighborhood. And that's so he could just 100%. Be mad that he has a $31 million house and they're building townhouses, or they're building townhouses in his neighborhood that may go for $2 or $3 or $4 million. And I think it's more about property values and the dollar. And he was not adept in saying that. I think that he thinks that he would look better with this argument versus talking about what his pocket and his portfolio looks like. And I think that it's a crying shame. And, we all have to be someplace, and we need to find a way to coexist. And you're also right, Diva. Your income does not dictate whether or not you are a criminal. Period.
That part.
Point blank.
That part.
Amen.
That part. So wait, I just want to get his exact words in this letter, because he said the thing is, even if he would have added that, everybody can get what property value, right? But that's why when you live in some of these home associations, they have regulations. I can't paint my door purple and everybody else's door is burgundy or whatever. You got to stay in line. You got to stay in order. You have to cut your grass. Listen, we get all that. We can get with property value, but this he literally wrote in this letter about safety.
Mm-hmm.
He literally wrote in this letter about safety, and I'm like, okay, hold on now. So just because a person is lower income, now they're going to be just a menace to society. He ran his mouth, and he asked for the letter to be private. No, we're not keeping this private.
Royer
So
can get to
this is what he said, and then I want to go to Sebastian. Steph Curry and his wife Ayesha, who campaigned for President Biden and Black Lives Matter. Well, the Black Lives Matter to him unless they're across the street from his yard. Okay. Okay. So then he said, for family, they oppose the development of a multi-family housing. And how do you say this? Alherton, California, which ranked one of the priciest zip codes last year. The Curry sent a letter to the town stating we hesitate to add to the not in our backyard rhetoric. But we wanted to send a note before today's meeting. He said safety and privacy for us and our kids continues to be our top priority and one of the biggest reasons we chose to buy our home here. Okay, so this is nonsense. Safety and privacy. Now I can even maybe get with privacy, but safety. So now I'm gonna come because I'm living over here. I'm gonna come and tear up your $30 million home. How about this? You don't have enough security. But let's go on. This is what he said: safety and privacy. Okay, he said we kindly ask that the town adopts the new housing element without the inclusion of 23 Oakwood, because that's what they was going to name, the housing development. He says, should that not be sufficient for the state, we ask that the town commits to investing in considerably taller fencing and landscaping to block sight lines onto our family's property. So he only caring about self. So he's saying, first of all, shut this thing down. But if y'all don't shut this thing down and y'all gonna do it anyway, make sure you build some trees that reach up to the sky. He might as well say, build a wall. Build a wall. So that I don't see them and they don't see us. Because we need safety and privacy. Sebastian, what do you think about your boy Steph Curry?
First of all, don't say my boy Steph Curry. That's one thing. We're gonna establish that.
Sebastian's stupid.
I'm sorry, Diva, but
You're fine.
we're gonna establish that. Clearly, when you grew up being daddy's little son and had everything at the hands of your pockets that you wanted, it instills a form of classism into you as you age. Clearly, this is the result of being grown up in a household where well, I'm not saying it's because he grew up rich, because there are good rich people who grew up with actual values and morals and principles.
That part.
He's just a baby. That's what he is. He's a baby crying like a baby. And I do believe that California is going through a poverty crisis. So this is actually a very disrespectful thing for him to say. I think
the whole world is, but go ahead.
The whole world, yeah, the whole world is. But we know California, it's worse. The homelessness is very bad in our country, but especially in California. He also needs to acknowledge what he said is very discriminatory to certain classes. It's very discriminatory. You equated poverty with criminality. Yes, you equated poverty with criminality. Well, first of all, I need to make sure that are your sneakers being banned in America or are they being made in China by child slaves?
Go ahead. Come on, Sebastian.
I just want to know. Because if we're really going to talk about poverty and about safety, I hope we're not having sneakers done in a country that's literally killing Uyghur Muslims. Last time I checked. We also need to acknowledge you're rich. You have resources. If you don't want them to move into your neighborhood, how about you create a foundation that teaches financial literacy so they can grow economically? I'm tired of this nonsense. Oh, you don't want affordable housing? Well, listen, if this is how I know these people who walk around with politicians who do campaign on affordable housing, it's called the devil in sheep's clothing, and that's what he just portrayed. He removed his clothing off of him. That's all I gotta say.
That part. Thank you, Sebastian. But let me say this. Everybody thinks just because you are not in a certain financial bracket that you're just lazy, you're a bum, you don't know how to manage your money. There are a lot of people that are in a lower level financial bracket, but their credit score is everything.
That is true.
So
That is
so so
100%
so
true.
the thing is that you work for some of these jobs and you're never for the most part, you're never going to have the opportunity to get $1 million salary. Okay, so now there are professions that you can be up there and live very well, but $1 million salary from a job is a very top tier level that not too many people get to.
Elon
You
Musk
know,
doesn't make $1 million salary. Elon Musk, he makes his most of his income from his company's stock value. That's how he makes it. His income is not
so
$1 million
you
either.
see what I'm saying though. So
Exactly.
there are very smart people who manage their money extremely well, but they still get iced out of certain neighborhoods. And sometimes they get iced out not because of the price of the home, but because of the taxes. So my thing is to just look down on people and be like, oh, and act as if that's connected to them just being the worst is a mess. So I have a friend, true story. It was a building in New York, right? And they had, first of all, they had a certain amount of apartments set aside. That now these were for purchase that you can buy that they consider lower income, right? First of all, the maintenance fee on that building, I promise you, started out at $1,200.
Oh,
But you didn't find that out. So what they did is they always have a game to keep you out. So there's a lot of towns that they have to, by law, set aside when they're building certain buildings and that they get funds from somewhere. They have to set aside maybe 10% of those apartments or those houses for the lower income. But what they do to ice you out is they'll price the apartment or whatever lower than the other ones, but then they have these maintenance fees that is just gonna knock you out the box anyway. Okay, and I'm talking about a person that works and got his money and does well. But let's just read this because Mo, I think she's connecting to the Currys, and we're equal opportunity over here. She says Steph Curry has changed the way basketball is played today.
mm.
He is the NBA's MVP probably for the third time this year. There is danger, and he needs to be concerned about his family and safety. Well, here's the thing: don't we all need to be concerned about our family, the safety, and the privacy? Don't we all do? Listen, in my little humble abode over here, I got ADT. Not just because I want to pay a monthly fee. I got ADT for my safety and my privacy for me and my kid. Who doesn't want to have their family safe? I don't. So that's where he's missing me at. But I'm going to shut up. The Don, you're in the building. What do you have to say about this situation?
So this is, I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I
Yeah.
agree with every single thing you all just said.
Mhm.
But can I be an antagonist tonight on this topic?
Sure.
Yes, go ahead. Talk to us.
We welcome it.
Sure.
Sometimes at a point when you work, I'm not talking about basketball. I'm leaving basketball out of this. When
Okay.
you work extremely hard, you educate yourself, you want to move your family to a better place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and we have, told our black kids and our black grandkids, go to school, do this, do well, get a big house, da 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 da. Get out of the where you came from mentality. So, if I move to a place for safety, quote, for better education, quote, or just to get out of the hood, you know, and then you're there, you're living, and then they decide to knock down the hood where it currently stands and put it directly in your neighborhood. Now you have all hood people aren't bad people. 90% of them aren't. But you have some that will ride through with the music loud, will cuss each other out on the front lawn and think nothing of it, will fight. And I'm talking about my people, the people, the people, some people that, you know, great grandma lived next to growing up. And you just want to take your family out the hood. But then they bring some of those people to you. I kind of understand his wording was completely poor and trash.
Okay,
But I
thank
kind
you.
I kind of understand kind of a little bit where he's coming from, if he wanted to separate or get away from, if he grew up, I don't know his story, but if he grew up
Rich,
in that space.
dad
Rich.
and
Um,
NBA player.
but he is rich. He can afford security. He can afford, to build his own wall, Trump.
Right.
He can afford all of those things. But what if that was, I don't know. It's kind of, like I said, I agree with every single thing y'all just said, and probably everybody that goes after me. But I just want to, maybe, if to me, with me, I worked hard not to go back to the places where I spent my summers at, and I wanted my daughter to have the best of school, everything like that. But why can't those lower class? And then the other side is
Oh wait,
those
see,
lower class people need those best of schools too, So that's why I'm kind of conflicted with it. But I understand. I want to understand where he's coming from. But his choice of words were just completely poor and trash. Like I just don't. I'm conflicted in this story, and I got to be completely honest with you all.
and when you say
I'm conflicted in it.
when you say lower class, you mean lower income, right?
Yeah, lower income, or you know, uh,
Because
how
what
do
can
I
I,
want to say? I want to say
if I
this
can say
and
what I
be
kind of heard
PC.
you say is you different. What one of the distinctions I want to say is I grew up in the poorest congressional district in the nation in the Bronx. I will tell you that a lot of people I know, their where they live is not, and some of the surroundings is not who they are. I'm talking
I
about
agree.
my friends from that name. We're talking about the PhDs. We're talking about I can sit down every time I get with them. I have my ears and eyes open because I'm learning from them because they have such a
I
grand
agree.
level of intelligence. Yes, so they
I
moved
agree.
out. So I think that it's a stain when we want to accept out people, and when you say, "Oh, get away from those people," it I don't believe this is exactly what you're saying for yourself, but I think that it's a concept that's in the ether.
Yeah,
Just because you have low income doesn't mean you have low or no value.
I
That
agree.
part.
Also,
I
low income
agree.
in Atherton. Low income in Atherton is probably not low income as some of us would
Right.
consider low income.
Exactly.
Low income there is definitely more than I would. I'm not gonna say what more than I have at this moment. So that's what other people are saying, that they're not about to bring somebody that only makes $8 a year over. They would never even get in.
Right.
They would never get in. So
Yeah,
my thing, and here's the thing, Plum, thank you for this. Where is a safe place at? You had OJ Simpson. That was a
Mhm.
nice zip code. You had the Menendez brothers.
that's
That was
true.
a nice zip code. You had Madoff that lived in the nicest building out there in New York City with the
Okay.
doorman and all that. So my thing is the element that he's trying to allude to can be right in your backyard right now, and you don't even
Amen.
know it. You
Right.
don't
Exactly.
know if that other $1 million home doesn't have a setup with some binoculars in there scheming on you and trying to take what you got. So for you to
Ginshaw.
just the problem I'm having with it is, to me, you're making a connection of I need help to get into something and somewhere, to I'm just the lowest of the dirt. I'm a criminal. I'm this, I'm that, whatever. Because you use the word safety and privacy. So now, because I don't have the certain amount of money to get in whatever, okay, I'm going to invade your privacy and I'm going to intrude on your safety. I want to be safe too.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like I said, I agree with
I
everything
know
you
you
all said.
conflicted.
I just, I was just, I'm trying to help this brother out and trying to get into his thinking a little bit, because we do teach our kids be better than us, da 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 da,
Right.
get a big house, da 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 da, move up and out. Was that his thinking, or does he just not want to be around the Negroes?
Ooh.
Well, you know what, Don, and this is how it speaks for me. This speaks to not only him as a human being, but it speaks to your characteristics, because it's giving me very the early, going back into the 60s and the 50s, where white people didn't want black people in their neighborhoods, when
Red
they
Vine.
didn't integrate schools and integrate buses and integrate neighborhoods. And if you just feel like that your safety is at that kind of risk, you need to have 24-hour watch security. Your kids need to be schooled at home. You and your wife don't need to go nowhere but on your property. Y'all need to stay in y'all bubble, because if we are that much of a risk to you, why do you need to be touched with society? Why do you need to talk to anybody? Why do you stay in your bubble? You build a grocery store on your property. Hire somebody to go do your grocery shopping. Hire somebody to do your shopping. Hire somebody to drive you to and from your games. Everything else, stay on your property, since it's such a concern. I think it's very dismissive. One thing that bothers me, this is one thing that really bothers me about celebrities. When you get this fame and fortune, all of a sudden you too good to be around the people who put you where you are. You too good to stop and take a picture. You too good to sign an autograph. You too good to do an event to help out the community without somebody paying you money. You too good for it. So now all of a sudden you too good to even allow people to be in the vicinity, not on your property, in the vicinity that you live in. And it's not like we're talking about bringing, no offense, but homeless people off the streets and into the neighborhood. We're talking about building some affordable housing, which is needed in the United States of America, the place that's the land of the free and the home of the brave that y'all love to preach on a regular basis. But then when they try to give us the land of the free and the home of the brave, all of a sudden it's the issue again.
Stop.
Yep.
Give me
Thank
1
you,
second,
Royer.
Royer. You preaching. Hold on 1 second. Trent, thank you for the super chat. He doesn't care if they're criminals. That part. He cares if they're poor and black. That part. I'm getting all kind of vibes. But here's my thing. I know that unfortunately we would not do it. But what if we stop buying those sneakers? What if we stop buying those jerseys? What if we don't show up to the game because we don't want to make you afraid and invade on your privacy? What if we don't do that? Where would you be? Would you have to shut down that $30 million home and maybe reduce down to maybe a $7 million home? What if, and I'm not saying for anybody to do this, but what if we don't watch your show, that your wife's cooking show and all of that? The little people that you spitting on, those are the ones that help keep you at that level. And I don't care how good you play your basketball. It's the people that support you that helps you stay there. So for you to look at us like just the safety and the privacy, I would rather he have said the property value, because that has been said for centuries. Everybody cares about their property value.
Exactly.
Everybody. If he would have simply said, you're building that building next to my $30 million home is going to reduce my property value, then I would have got with him on that.
I'm glad he didn't say property value, Diva. I'm glad he didn't say property value, because it's showing exactly who he is. As Mariah said, you let your slip show.
That part.
Exactly.
That part. So let me let some others in the building. Go ahead. Who's trying to speak to me? Juanita, go ahead.
Okay, Diva. You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Back when they had the white flight. Now, I grew up in a low-income neighborhood up until the age of 12, and the neighborhood got a little bad, and my mom and dad decided they wanted better for us. They wanted us to move. They bought a house in a little bit, better neighborhood, okay? We got up there. Time we moved up there, there were maybe like 2 other black families on the block. Good jobs. One was a school teacher. the other man, and he worked at the post office. His wife was a nurse. My dad worked at the post office. My mom was a nurse. We moved next to this white couple. They had a beautiful home. When we got there, her daughter got sick or something, and she called my mom over and asked my mom to take a look at her. Then she had the nerve to tell my mom, she said, if I knew that you were such great neighbors and your children were so mannerable, I wouldn't have never put my house up for sale. So this is what this is taking me back to, even in this day and time. There's and I'm just surprised at him. You know, I mean, like you said, low income, what we make, that's considered low income. The people who are about to buy that property, those people have money. So what you afraid of? If you want better security, well, you got enough money, you can build your own little fort. You can hire your security people.
His house is a fort.
That's what I
Okay,
was getting ready
well,
to say. That's what
well,
I was getting
okay.
ready to
Well,
say.
you
Go
can
ahead.
hire your security people. Like I don't know whether it was Sebastian who said, get somebody to go get your groceries. Homeschool your kids if you're afraid. I mean, you got to stop this. I mean, you're acting just like
It's
the
offensive.
politicians.
It's offensive
It's
because he
very
said
offensive.
because he said if you can't if what you can't do if y'all gonna go ahead with y'all gonna move forward with this thing, well you better put up some landscaping, some fencing, some walls so they won't see us. So that what you're trying to say is build them in their own little town.
Right.
So they still are, even though they're here, they're not here. I mean, the audacity of it all. But hold on one second. Best IPK, thank you for the super chat. So you want to give us the numbers here, right? You say most of his area is white. Then there's a percentage that's Asian. Then there's a percentage that is black. And then, you go on with the percentages there. But see, unfortunately, a lot of athletes, when they get to a certain level, I'm not going to just say athletes, I'm going to say celebrities. When they get to a certain level, they no
Ex-
longer feel that they part of the whatever.
right.
They feel like they had transcend and they just their own little whatever, and they someone else at this point. They above
That's
it
right.
all. But my
But
thing is, just like the money came, the
it can
money can
go.
go.
Exactly. And if he keep talking like that, he's not going to be up on top for long because people going to stop boycotting. And then it's like I said, it's a shame. These poor little kids, their parents work hard, and to try to get their kids an extra gift, they go and buy his shoes or his shirt or his jersey or whatever his brand is. And I mean, let me stop because I'm getting pissed.
Yeah, don't
But
don't. Yeah, go ahead, Roy. Go ahead, Roy. Then I need to
real
get to
quick.
some other people. Go ahead, Roy.
Can you put up Mo Walker's comment back up real quick? Because I want to put a stop to this narrative right now.
Which one?
This one right here. We are not putting hate on nobody. You have to be mindful. When you are at a level that he is at, you are responsible for the things that you choose to say, the narratives that you choose to put out in this community.
That's true.
Chose to say that. You chose to make the decision to want to separate yourself from the common folk, because that's exactly what it looks like. I don't want to be around the commoners. And to this thing that the Don just said, and don't take this the wrong way, but to the fact that he said, they don't want, as us as black people, we blast our music and cuss our neighbors. White folks do the same things.
Yes,
These white young kids ride down the streets with their music blasting loud. White people cuss their neighbors out, fight their neighbors, all kinds of stuff. So for him to even try to make, not the Don, for Steph to try to make it seem like that's not something that goes on in their neighborhoods, get out of here. The only reason we don't see it is because y'all protect it. Y'all got y'all communities and y'all little stuff that y'all sign off on that can't be said and done. And get out of here with that foolishness. It's more crime going on in those communities than it's actually going on in the communities that the crime is supposedly going on in.
Amen.
Yeah. Yes.
Can
yes.
I be another antagonist right quick, please?
Yeah, wait, give me 1 second, Don. I will let you, but give me 1 second. Let me just add this, okay? He said we hesitate. This is their words. We hesitate to add to the not in our backyard, but you did it anyway.
Yeah.
So
His words are
it's
trash.
problematic. You know it's problematic, But you gonna say, you know what though? But this is us. We the Currys. We don't want to add to this, but we're gonna go ahead and do it because we the Currys. Go ahead, Don. What do you want to say?
Okay, I'm gonna be an antagonist again.
That's how you learn.
How many of us go to school, make good grades, go to college, graduate, get a master's, and then move back to the hood?
Hello, my name is Robyn.
No, and go to the projects. Move to the projects.
I never lived in a project.
No, wait, Sebastian. Hold on one second. I'm gonna come back.
I'm just throwing that question out.
I know you throwing that.
And everybody don't live in the projects.
Yeah, but hold on, guys. I'm gonna let us answer that. But first, I need to get to some people that didn't respond initially. First, hi, Vibe. See, okay, I'm coming. Give me a minute, guys. Hi, Vibe. See, here's the thing. I think we're making the wrong assumption. No. He's making the wrong assumption. He lives in the neighborhood. He knows that this development is going to be luxury. He knows that no poor people live in his town. He knows there's no transportation there. We're not making any assumptions. I read his exact words. This is what he said. I didn't say it. He said it. He said, I don't want y'all to do this. But if you're going to do it, I need my safety and my privacy. So you build a wall, you build some landscaping, you build a gate, because I don't even want them to make a mistake and their ball comes anywhere near my property, because I'm afraid for my safety. Let's be clear. This man lives on an estate. And I'm pretty sure that even nobody could probably get so close to his property. But even if they did, I'm sure there's layers and layers and layers of security before you could get to his kids, him and his wife. It's like the audacity of it all. You know that anybody coming in that town it can't be dirt poor, because you know what? Even if you got them in the building, they got to be able to afford the supermarkets and everything else. So he's being messy, but thank you for the super chat. I gotta move on to other people. So give me a minute. Denzel, what do you want to say about this situation?
What is his problem? What basketball team did he play? Is it the
Warriors.
Is it the Golden State?
Yes.
I'm a fan of his, but now I'm rethinking things now, because he's tripping, because people is he saying poor people?
He didn't say this.
What he said, listen, his the words that he's not saying matters too, right?
Right. Yeah.
He's saying that you're about to bring in this element. You're about to bring in these derelicts. You're about to bring in these people that is going to wreck my neighborhood and tear it down and jeopardize the safety and the privacy of me and my family. We bought our home here because we want to feel safe and private. Boy, you can never really be private because you are Steph Curry. Are you stupid?
Well, you know what he needs to do? He needs to buy him a mansion somewhere far away, so he don't have to do it. That he should be ashamed of himself. People are buying it. The basketball tickets to see him play. They buy his sneakers. He needs to stop. Or if he don't stop his mess, he's gonna lose a lot of fans, and it's gonna be his fault.
That part. I wonder, like I said, I wonder how people would feel, how he would feel if they stopped buying that jersey that's about $200 to $300 minimum.
It's gonna hurt him.
I forgot the store, but my son's school had Jersey Day, and I didn't know I was set up by my son. He was like, "Mom, can you buy me a jersey?" I said, "Yeah, I'll buy you a jersey." We got to the store when that man told me the price. I said, "What?"
Diva, you fell for the foolery.
I fell for the
foolery.
I did, because he was like, "I want an authentic one." I'm like, "All right, whatever." It was a store with all jerseys, and I'm like, "Okay, this is nice." Honey, I
Look,
had to get
and
them
by the
two
time he had got you
debit
there, he
cards.
couldn't embarrass you. Look, you couldn't embarrass him, so you had to buy it.
I promise you. I pulled out. I said, can I pay half on one card, half on the other? I said,
They'll get you every time.
Now, can I
What you
ask you
do.
can I ask you this Diva?
yes.
Does he live in the gated community?
No, listen, though. Let's be clear, Denzel.
Okay.
This man has property. Remember Never Neverland
Acres.
with
Yes.
Michael
You talking about
Jackson?
acreage.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
talking acres. Come on now.
Oh, okay. He's
Nobody-
tripping.
He's tripping. Thank you, Denzel. Hashtag
Yes.
tripping in the chat. Hold on, Denzel. Let me get to some other people here. Emmanuel,
Okay.
what do you have to say about this situation?
Well, I'm just listening to everybody. The conversation is pretty interesting. But I'm not here to say if what he said is right or wrong. But
Okay.
I'm kind of leaning towards Curry's side in a way.
Oh.
Because here's the thing, though, he is very successful. He's one of the greatest in basketball. So I don't understand why y'all are mad that he doesn't want to be in a certain area.
Say what? What?
Chat, sir.
Then,
Emmanuel,
wait
Emmanuel.
a minute.
Who child?
Wait a minute.
What are you drinking?
The
Wait a
train
minute.
just went lopsided.
Okay, wait, let him talk. Let's simmer
There
down
is-
because woo, go ahead. Talk.
I'm trying to
We
think.
listen.
Yes, I'm trying to think what he's thinking. There is a mentality that like once you are rich, you can't be hanging out because you know how they say like you are the company you're with. So I think maybe that's what he's thinking. Because you know, like they say, like if you're ever rich and your friends are poor, drop them because they'll become envious, they'll be jealous, and all that.
Not
So,
all.
But this is not about his
Well,
Wait,
fault.
hold on. Let him finish. Go
so
ahead.
that's what I think that he's referring to. But I don't think it's fair to bring like race into it because he never mentioned that.
Oh Lord.
And I'm
Wait,
not gonna
but
stop buying the
Emmanuel,
tickets.
wait,
I'm
hold
gonna
on,
stop
Emmanuel.
buying the
Hold on.
jerseys.
Exactly.
Where did we say he mentioned race?
Right.
Somebody was saying something about a lot of people were saying I can't remember now, but some of y'all were saying that, but he never said that.
Emmanuel, can you show us your Cash App on your phone? Did he send you some money?
And like I said, I'm still gonna buy the jerseys. I'm still gonna buy the shoes because he is awesome in basketball.
But everybody, you have to be
I gotta
mindful.
get to other
Emmanuel
people.
is 19. He is young, so this young folk mentality. So.
Okay, yes. And wait,
Not
Emmanuel,
patronize
wait.
Emmanuel.
Hold on,
I'm
guys,
young
because I
too.
gotta
No.
get to two people that didn't even give their first comment yet. But why do we equate because someone's good in their profession that all of a sudden anything that come out their mouth is okay? Because they're the greatest, they're the GOAT. It's okay. You can say whatever you want because you're the GOAT.
Exactly.
Why do we have that mentality that because this person is great, you can say whatever you want? That's not how it works.
Look,
That's right.
You are
Kanye's a good example of that.
responsible to not say reckless stuff out of your mouth. And to me, you are more responsible when you are an icon that is impressionable to a lot of people. Why would you be reckless with your words? You got to think about what you say more than anybody else. And so we're not putting 20 on 10 here, so to speak. Okay, we're using his words, what he wrote to the town, and the town didn't say when these people come to this building, you got to be friends with them. Let's be clear. Does he even know his $1 million neighbors right now?
Right.
Is he barbecuing with them? Nobody said you got to go knock on these people's door in the building, say, walk up to the neighborhood, and your wife bake them some cakes and be her vegan food or whatever she make on her cooking channel over to the building. Nobody's saying that. He needs to knock it off and stop it. But hold on one second. I'm coming down, and then we're going to circle back around. Zeta, you're in the building. What do you have to say about this situation?
Emmanuel basically touched on it for me because I felt like a lot of people in the comments are definitely assuming it's very sad that they're equating these people that are coming into his neighborhood to Black. Why is it that everybody all of a sudden assumed that quote unquote poor or lower class was Black? I think that's very telling how the stereotype is being perpetrated. I honestly don't, I'm sorry to say, but I don't see a problem. In my neighborhood, there's a division between where I stay and then there's a lower class. There's a fence between us. And then also where I stay now is Ballantyne, Charlotte. And they do not even have a Walmart in the area because they don't want certain people coming in, bringing in lots of traffic and lots of chaos. And that's understandable. He's a rich man.
What?
He stays in a certain place. And I'm not saying the people are going to be in his neighborhood, but he just wants a division. He wants a little bit of bushes and stuff to divide them. That's it. That's all. He didn't say anything about black people for the people that are commenting and saying that, oh, he doesn't want black people in his neighborhood. I don't know where that came from. That's really sad. That was something we have to reevaluate.
I don't think.
That was
okay. So hold on, guys. Well, hold on, guys. Thank you, Zeta, for your comment. But hold on, guys. Let me just say this. Maybe we got to reevaluate some of our words in the comments or whatever. But he said we hesitate to add to the not in our backyard. But we wanted to send a note before today's meeting. Safety and privacy for us and our kids continue to be our top priority and one of the biggest reasons we chose to live here. We kindly ask that the town adopts the new housing element without the inclusion of 23 Oakwood. Should that not be sufficient for the state, we ask that the town commits to investing in considerably taller fencing and landscaping to block sight lines onto our family's property. So again, my thing is, we're assuming that the people that go to Walmart are a certain type of people. That's the assumption. We're assuming that the people that's going to live in this building, whether black, white, yellow, orange, are a certain type of people. And so for to say, my thing is though, if you live in a certain neighborhood and they didn't build a Walmart there, a Target, or whatever that you feel, not you personally, Zeta, whatever a person feels is going to bring a certain kind of element. I often wonder, well, do you go to Target? Do you go to Walmart? Are you foolish with your money and you going to just go in a higher end store just because? I'm just wondering, because I've been to some super Walmarts that they off the chain and they're very pretty. I got a super Walmart that's not far from my house and the produce is freaking amazing. And not only is it amazing, it's way cheaper and it's the same romaine lettuce or whatever else that be in the Whole Foods and the this one and the that one for $10, and I get it at the super Walmart for $2.
Amen.
An egg is an egg is an egg. I don't know any chickens that are living in the luxury coop and maybe they getting their booties wiped. I don't know chickens that are being raised like that. So a chicken is a chicken is a chicken. And if you know anybody that works in like factories that make lotion, that make toothpaste, that make soap, I promise you this. Check this. The Colgate, they put in the Colgate tube for that supermarket. When they make the supermarket brand, it be the Colgate with the supermarket brand name on it. You better ask somebody and do your research. So my thing is this idea of if you go to Walmart, you go to Target, you go here, it's a certain element. The element is everywhere. Some of these prestigious schools, the element walked up in the school and did you know what? They thought they were safe. They thought they was in a neighborhood that was safe and that had a lot of privacy. And in that safe neighborhood with all the privacy, the same thing that still happened. Stuff happens everywhere. And so you saying that I don't want to have this, I'm not going to bring this, that, and the other, and then that's going to keep out the element. Nope. Stop. And so, and another thing that they say too, I'm gonna read this super chat, and then I'm gonna let Chef Kev jump in here. Another thing that they say too, because they like to equate with a certain neighborhood, you know, it's infested with drugs. But check this though, a drug is a drug is a drug. Maybe one is a street drug, but if you hooked on prescription pills and you go to a party and all the kids that got buku dollars, live in beautiful homes, they go to the party, they take all the prescription drugs out of their house and they come pop them open and dump them in a bowl. What's the difference? It's still a drug. But hold on, Roy, thank you for the super chat, because Trump has allowed them to think it's okay. These are rich people that voted for Trump, aka build the wall. I'm trying to tell you, Chef Kev, thank you, Roy, for the super chat. Chef Kev, you're in the building. What do you have to say about this situation?
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, what y'all have? I don't know if y'all spoke about this. I got on late, but I don't know if y'all know his background. So
Yes,
he comes from a father who
Steph
played
Curry.
basketball. So he has spent no time in anybody's hood. He went to private schools all his life. He's lived that luxury life, and being that he's a good basketball player and getting drafted, he never experienced. So what he's calling poverty or what he sees is no different than a Paris Hilton in a sense, because he grew up privileged. So because he grew up privileged, this is what you got. You know what I mean? This is his mindset. He's not going to think like us. I don't think he's ever thought like us. So I mean, he worked hard. He shot the same, because of his basketball skills. Um, you
Yes.
know, and I don't have no problem with that. But I just look at it. Didn't bother me what he said because I knew if it became for somebody like Jay Z, it'd have been different. You from the projects.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in the hood. You know what I mean? You know what it is to come up. He knows none of that. He knows none of that.
He was
You know what I
born in
mean?
Akron,
Okay,
Ohio, and he grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep.
Because his dad,
Charlotte is not all of that. I've
but
lived in
I
Charlotte.
know, but his
I went to
dad played
private
for the
schools
Hornets.
in Charlotte. He dated someone he married. His wife is from Monroe, North Carolina, one of the most countryest cities in North Carolina. She went to Monroe High, which ain't no prestigious high school. So you may have been growing up living in prestige, but you was fooling around in the streets just like all of the other rich kids. He
that
ain't doing
part.
nothing. He ain't
That
that
part.
dumb. He is not
That
that
part.
dumb.
Is that his
And
fault
again,
though?
that part. Wait, hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second, guys. Priscilla, thank you for the super chat because you're talking right here. Thank you for the super chat. You're talking right here. He may not have mentioned race. Let's talk to the people. But
All
him
right.
buying in the area with that demographic and stating that's why he bought it. Come on. Let's read in between the lines. We're not foolish here.
Right.
And wants it to stay that way implies he wants the area to stay as is. You said that so clean and nice. I love
Mm-hmm.
it. I love it. Thank you for the super chat because you speaking facts right there. That
That's
you
right.
know we want to be silly because because he's a good basketball player. His dad. Listen, we know plenty of people that grew up with money, but they're still not foolish. They know about poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just because you could grow up with, listen, my son goes to a private school. He knows people that are uber rich. Okay.
Yep.
They've been to our house. His friends that live in mega mansions
Yep.
have been to our little humble abode. So they're not stupid and they're not blind. And they know when they drive over here, it don't look like their neighborhood with the houses and the trees and the mansions row after row. They come right
Mm-hmm.
over here to our townhouse development. And my townhouse, some townhouses are separated. I live in a townhouse that's connected. I share a wall with come on. I'm just talking facts here. And he go to the private school.
And they have a
Nobody
good time too, don't they?
that come on, I'm trying to tell you. And listen, let me tell you something. I'm talking facts here. And he has friends from every single nationality. When he turned 16, he was in I had to tell him enough. You can't be in another Sweet 16. He was in the Asian one. He was in this one. He was in that one. And when his birthday
Mm-hmm.
came, all 20 of them friends was in his room going crazy, dancing, whatever it is they was
Thank
doing
you.
here.
Exactly.
I don't got money
I
like
know what
his
you're
family.
saying, Diva.
One of his friends dropped a Tesla. I said, your
Mm-hmm.
friend is waiting for his car to arrive? He said, yeah. His friend is waiting for his Tesla to arrive. So my thing is this: we're not living in an age where we are so removed from the rich and the poor. It's not. It don't go down like that with these kids. It don't go down like that with these kids. What is that girl from what's that darn show? Blackish or whatever the case may be. What's that darn show?
Blackish.
He knows the girl. Listen,
Marseille Martin.
listen,
Marseille Martin.
listen. He doesn't know her. He knows a friend that knows her. Okay. And then he got another friend. The dad is a big time. Listen, these people got money. And I have to tell them every day, relax. You know, we ain't dumb. Okay. You want to chill. You gonna chill. We ain't living like that. Okay. And then thank you, Tristan. I went to private school. So my thing is, you're not so removed. You know when you saying something offensive. I don't care if you rich, poor, or whatever. You know when you saying something offensive. Because you know what? Let me tell you why I know he knows. I'm gonna tell you why I know he knows. Because he said we don't want to be part of those people not in our backyard. Why would you say that if you didn't know? He knew he was being offensive. He knew. But guess what? He didn't care. Don't bring those little people in my neighborhood.
And asked for the letter not to be released publicly, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So if you weren't saying nothing wrong, what was the issue with letting the letter be public? What's the problem?
Wait, when you
and
said
Beyonce, I ain't never heard Beyonce tell somebody that can't live in the vicinity of where she lives. And
right,
Beyonce,
we're not talking about Beyonce
celebrity. She's top tier fame.
We're not
going to Beyonce can go out here and be in these streets with her one security that she has with her all the time.
Are you sure?
Oh, trust, I know. Let me not go there.
Yeah, listen,
let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Said, wait a minute. Doc Willie said, that's true, D. When my grandson friend goes to school in the limo, I'm trying to tell you. And you know what I love? Well, let me tell you what I love about it. What I love about it is none of these kids are like, oh my God. I'm not going to say my son's name, but oh my God, he lives in the poor neighborhood. We can't go. Before my son started driving, they came here all the time and picked them up. I said, you owe them all gas money. He gave them gas money. But they would come here, pick him up on a regular basis. They wasn't like, oh my God, we got to build a fence. Literally, if you go right down the street from my house, it's a whole different world. Then you come here to my house, and then you drive some more, and you see nice, whatever. So all I'm saying is, just because you're in the mix of different housing, that does not mean that we about to come rob you, steal from you, beat you down. We good.
So it sounds like to me, Diva, like Steph Curry trying to put you out of your area. It's what it sounds like to me.
Let me tell you, just like Steph Curry went there and wrote a letter, I would have had my letter too, and I would have been at the town meeting and told him to go sit down before I start a whole protest to tell nobody, like, don't buy your sneakers, your jerseys, and none of that, and don't go see you at this game.
That part.
And
now, I'm sorry, I said, you got me worked up.
Diva, let's just calm down and remember that we're not talking about people in abject poverty. Again, it's about what is they consider affordable housing, which is, again, very subjective. So in New York City, some of the affordable housing, they want to, they think that in some neighborhoods, affordable housing for a 1-bedroom apartment is $4,000.
That part.
So that part. So we're not talking about the that these people who are coming in for what they consider affordable housing, they're probably millionaires who might move into the neighborhood. We don't know.
That part.
The whole issue is that he felt himself so above and beyond that, he, like Royer said, if he feel like that, besides the fact that Royer highlighted the woman who invented what has now become surveillance, your ADTs, your Ring. If they don't have security systems like that, they probably have live body people with security. They can build their own fence or buy an island.
I'm trying to tell you, she said she used to get picked up from work in a limo because her boyfriend at the time, dad, owned a limo business. I'm trying to tell you, the people mix all the time. Like,
that's
stop.
the thing. We have to, this is another thing. When people from different classes, different races, different groups integrate together, you learn from each other.
Yes.
Someone who is considered on the lower scale of the economic ladder could probably go higher legally. And I'm not saying opening their legs or pulling out what's in their pants. I'm saying they can actually use their knowledge and gain more.
No, wait. See, Sebastian, what you got to understand is, to make money on his level,
it's very difficult. It's not possible.
It is hard, right? Because it's not only is he getting his salary for the basketball that he plays, he has endorsements that are out of this world. And my thing, to not realize how privileged you are And to stick your nose in the people's faces, I think it's just a bit much. I think it's a bit much. And to be honest with you, if he was smart, him and his wife, I would have never wrote the letter. I would have got some other neighbors or pay some other people in the neighborhood. Be like, can y'all go write this letter? You don't know me and I don't know you. Here go $10,000. Write the letter. Here go $20,000. You write the letter too.
Listen,
Matter of fact, stand on the street and start protesting. Put a sign in your yard that say, "Don't put this building up." But they would have never got a letter from
if
me.
he
But
was
that's
truly
it.
concerned about safety, I don't think he would be on the basketball team he is, because that city is trash at this moment and crime is skyrocketing in that moment. If he was truly concerned about safety, his workplace would be the most dangerous place he could ever be in.
That part. That part. Are you walking in these arenas with 15 security blocking you from the front, the back, and the side?
Exactly. No, he's not.
He's not. I got to move this train from this station because I'm worked up. I'm
Me
worked
too.
up. Does
I need to drink some
anybody
tea.
else have something else to say before I move on?
I just read the plans for the area, and they said that it was the low income there is low six figures.
See what I'm saying?
That part.
Those paupers.
So I'll just say, we in 2023 must be mindful of who we are supporting, what we are allowing to happen, and what we are continuing on. And I am just at a point where I'm just not supporting people who continuously are allowing history to continue itself, if that makes sense.
He did that.
Anybody else before I close out from this subject? Because I'm emotional.
What did Royer just say?
What happened?
What did Royer just say? What did Royer just say?
Oh, I said I will not continue to support people who are in the support of history repeating itself.
Oh. Well, that's true. That's called redlining.
Yeah, that part. Anybody else before we close out, move from Steph Curry? Okay, don't start spreading hate about Stephen Curry. Please don't start doing that. Mo, you know what, Mo? You know I love you because you always come over here. You're very connected to Steph Curry here in this story. And
Emmanuel.
Me too.
And Emmanuel, I don't know what to say, Mo. I don't know what to say. Because I'm worked up. Because
nobody's spreading rumors.
And this is all in fun, y'all. Like, I know I come off very hard and passionate, but it's all in fun, it's all in love. But there are just certain things that I can't tolerate. Like, I just feel like I'm not a sports person, but I did look up to Steph Curry as someone positive and influential, and someone who's on my level. But for you to go and say that you don't want commoners, and as Don just pointed out to us, low six figures. So you're not even touching on the realm of commoners. So what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
And I'm telling you, that low six figures is probably just like $400K a year. That's probably what it really is.
You know what? Steph Curry, I'm not even a basketball fan, but guess what, Steph? I'm done. I don't know you. I might watch Ayesha cook, maybe, and I'll get one of her pots if they on sale. I ain't fooling with y'all.
If they on sale, they got to be on a Karen Huger sale.
Yep. Wait, listen, on sale at Walmart. But anyway.
Not the neighborhood Walmart.
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Okay, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. What is he saying here? 1 bedroom place, downtown Brooklyn, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, $10,080 a month. I'm telling you, it's the rent now is insanity. I got friends who rent is more than my mortgage, and I'm just like, good gosh, I don't know how you do it. Their rent is way more than my mortgage. I'm like, it's crazy. Okay, AON, am I saying that right? Okay, and Best BK, thank you for the super chat. You stand with Steph Curry. We ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. Stand with your boy, but don't go live in his neighborhood.
Remember, he
But
don't
he
want
ain't
you in
gonna
his
stand with you.
vicinity. He don't want you touching his kids. He don't want you to. He don't want you in his presence. So y'all just remember that.
Don't
These
look him in the
people
eye.
who don't want nothing to do with you. These
That's
are
fine.
those people.
He don't want you. Okay.
Look, it's like the queen. You can't touch her. You can't kiss her. None of that.
None of that. None of that. Okay, can we move on? Are we done with Steph
Yes,
Curry?
Yes, please.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
most
you.
definitely.
All right. Whew. Child, I'm better now.
Probably.
Now listen, there's rumors out there in the streets that Robyn Dixon is on the chopping block. That she messed up. Robyn Dixon from the Real Housewives of Potomac. That she messed up. She messed up her job. She messed up her whole situation because of this whole Ron Dixon and this cheating thing. See, that's why, let me say this to you. That's why, you know what? I used to go back and forth about when somebody cheats. But I think I'm stand 10 toes down on this. Once they cheat, let them go.
Exactly.
Come on, Denzel. All right
Exactly.
now. Amen.
All the time?
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
They'll
Say
do
it
it
again,
again.
Denzel. Say it
They'll do
again.
it again.
Exactly.
They'll do it again.
If somebody does that to me, I'm done.
Tell them. Let them know right up front.
Yes.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Because you know what? You forgive them and they walk all over you. Okay?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
This Ron Dixon, he played with Robyn Head so much she don't even know who she is anymore. And listen, whether you like Robyn or not, let's be clear, she's a beautiful woman.
She
But you
is.
know what? She lost her way. She doesn't even know who she is anymore. So this man has cheated on her. Now she done let it mess up her paycheck. And let me tell you this. You don't ever let no relationship mess with your money, not your bank account. Because now you're humiliated and you're going to be broke.
Yeah.
Why the heck would you want to have those two scenarios at the same time? Not my money. Okay? Now, when you're going to mess with my pocketbook, you really got to go.
Yeah.
Now, and then she got, I hate to say this, she got stupid people in her corner. That darn Giselle leading her down the wrong path.
Yeah.
That darn Ron Dixon talking about, no, we got to hide this thing. And now she's almost out of a job because of her stupid people in her life. Giselle encouraged her to go put all of those receipts on that darn Patreon.
Right.
And now Andy Cohen, and he's not mad, he's pissed. And Carlos King didn't help because Carlos King, he want to be a producer, a blogger, a fashion model,
an influencer,
a talk show host. Okay, Carlos King won 10 jobs, and I ain't mad at him, but I want him to choose one. So anyway, let me go around. Juanita, they want to put Robyn Dixon on the chopping block. They want to take a job.
You know what? Giselle is not a good friend.
She ain't.
Evidently, she's
not. She's not a good friend because she knew all the stuff about Robyn, and Robyn knew. And you know what? If Robyn had went on and told the truth, she'd have had a storyline.
Hello. Yep. Yes.
It would have made the show more interesting. We would have had something to look forward to and watch, and then we want to see who the woman was.
That part.
So she messed up her. Giselle messed her up. She messed herself up. Juan messed her up, and now if she do get fired, she gonna go into a depression.
Poor thing.
And I feel sorry for those boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I do.
It's
nice
embarrassing.
looking family. Listen, Mo says she lost a good job running behind Giselle. She did. Giselle played the two. When she's home fired, she can go watch season 1 all the way up to season 7, and she gonna see how she got played by Juan and Giselle, and this gonna make her even more upset. She got played. Robyn. Okay, so I know Chef Kev, I don't think you watch these reality shows, but you know what? She got fired. Let me take that back. She's possibly going to get fired because of a no good man and a terrible friend. What are your thoughts?
No comment.
Okay. Denzel.
Yes.
She about to get fired over a no good man and a bad friend. What do you want to say?
I'm gonna be honest. she wasn't telling the truth. You know, she made it seem like that she was going to, get married, and she should have told the truth. I'm gonna be honest. She lied. She should have just told the truth, and she shouldn't be with somebody like that. She needs to do her, uh, make her money, and she should have just kept it real. It's called The Real Housewives.
Oh, you bringing the title in on this?
That's
But you
it.
know what
Yes.
though, Denzel? We got to keep it 100 though. Don't they all lie?
Okay.
Don't they all
They
lie?
do. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I like that. Emmanuel, Robyn is perhaps pretty much maybe on the chopping block. Can you give us some advice to maybe recover and save this job? Because it's not all her fault. She had Juan Dixon, who she had 2 babies with. She trusted him. Then she got Giselle, that's supposed to be her bestie, and she trusted her. What's going on? What do you want to say to Robyn?
Did you see the video that the Grand Dame put out when she called her Robert?
Did she really call her that?
Yup.
Oh.
Now, see, the Grand Dame is being messy, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think she has a right to, but Diva, I think you're wrong.
Oh.
I don't think we can blame Juan. I don't think we can blame Giselle. We can't blame nobody but what's her name? Robyn herself, because she's a grown ass woman. She can do what she wants, and she decided to act the way she acted this season. She knew that this rumor was out. She knew that the women knew. Yet she chose to come into this season guns blazing, and then had the nerve to call out Karen. And remember, I want Robyn to remember these words. You remember you turned around to Karen and said, "One day people will see you for who you are."
Oh,
well, Robyn, now we see you for who you are. You put your job at risk, so I don't feel any sympathy for you at all. Had you not acted the way you did to Karen and to to Wendy, I would have some sympathy, but I'm sorry, I don't have none for you. And also, I knew that any producer was going to get mad at her doing that, because it's like for example, imagine you go to McDonald's, right? And you go to the drive-thru, and then the cashier tells you, "Hey, I'm selling drinks." Like, he's selling his own drinks. That, you know what I'm saying? So like, she can't advertise what she's supposed to be doing on the show as a side gig. Had she probably not done that, she probably would have had her job secured. And they're saying that Andy fired her on Watch What Happens Live. I think he should have fired her at the reunion, not what happens live, at the reunion.
Or maybe not fire her at all. But hold on, Emmanuel. Trent, thank you for the super chat. He said Karen's truth has been on the Washington Post, and she's never been honest. And where's her first house? Robyn don't owe nobody nothing. Trent, thank you for the super chat. So wait a minute. Listen, the Don, what do you think? Does Robyn need to keep her job?
The grave that Robyn dug for Monique, for Karen, for Wendy. I mean, for the rest of them.
You was
the grave that she's going to lie in. It's the grave that she's going to lie in, and Giselle's going to be buried right on top of her next season.
Oh my God!
They're realizing that neither one of them had a storyline for years,
and they can be replaced.
When Carlos King made that video, a lot of producers from that network looked at that video. You best believe that. And he's best friend with the showrunner for Potomac. So, if Robyn Dixon is not fired, I believe she's definitely going to be a friend of next season. Because you don't sell your side story. Put that on air.
Can I ask you?
She did an interview with People Magazine online and said, "Yeah, Karen hit it. Karen told the truth. So why did you say Karen lied on the show?"
That part.
Right.
That part.
Can I ask you something, Diva? Do you think Robyn is a narcissist and a liar?
Listen, let me tell you, this is what I think about Robyn. Then Zita, I'm gonna come to you next. This is what I think about Robyn.
Okay.
Robyn is a woman that decided to stay in a relationship that she know there was no love.
Yeah.
There was no security, and I'm not talking about financial security only. I'm just talking about there was no love, there was no security, and literally she knew that Juan no longer wanted her, right? But she
Right.
was holding on because she got used to the norm. It became the norm for her. Their loveless relationship became
Yeah.
the norm. And so what happened was, because he knew, because listen, whether you're a male or a female, when you know somebody ain't gonna go, you will be running the streets doing the most. And then you will break all the way down when they finally wake up and be like, you know what, I had enough. I'm out, deuces. So he
Yeah.
knows that he can do whatever he wants. And Robyn's gonna stay. So much so that she will even get in the female space before she let Juan go. Cause she said, I told that chick she wanted to get clout off of us. She ain't nothing happened. The hotel receipt was in his name because of this, that, and the other. He knows that she got his back. So he could run these streets, do whatever, and she gonna help him cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
So her self-esteem, in my opinion, is in the gutter.
So
Okay.
is it true? Is it true that she suffer because people are saying it? Is it true that she's suffering from depression? Is that true?
She could be suffering from a lot of things, but I think in addition to that, she was embarrassed. Now, it's one thing to have
Yeah.
your man cheating on you and you just a regular
Right.
person like me, but it's
Yeah.
another thing your man is cheating on you. You on the TV trying to portray a lie saying y'all engaged again, y'all about to
Right.
get married again, and now
Right.
he's cheating on you, and this girl
Right.
sending the receipts to the whole cast.
Right.
And now you got to sit there, decide, am I going to tell the world or am I going to try to hide it? So she chose
Right.
the latter. She tried to hide it. And you should know it was already out because the girl done set the receipts. You should
Right.
have came on season 7 telling your own truth.
Yeah, I agree with you, Diva. I think Robin should have to. I think Robin should have kept it real and just told her own story, and she should have spilled her tea because it was going to eventually come out. The truth always come out.
That
Like
part.
they say, what's done in the dark will come to the light.
That part, point
Can I
blank
say
in the
last
period.
thing, Diva?
Yes, you can, Mary. Give me a minute. Queen Black, thank you so much for the super chat. And I believe every word you're saying. Some of them knew about Juan, no doubt in my mind. Let me tell you why we know Queen Black that somebody knew. Because what is his name? Michael Darby knew.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Darby
Yep,
told us. And Michael
he sure
Darby had
did.
a good old cackle at that fake engagement party. Okay, he had a good old cackle, and he told us then that Juan Dixon will never marry Robyn.
Yep,
And when they
Yep.
asked him how did he know, he said, "Cause I know."
Oh,
he said it.
well, yeah.
He
He
said,
said
"Cause
it.
I know." You should. You're right, Diva. I also think she was ill-advised by Giselle. Yes, she was. Giselle has her whole self and everything in Robyn. She does. I'm coming around, guys. Give me a minute. Thank you for the super chat. As far, it was really sad. The only thing Potomac can offer is storyline about going after relationships. I agree. Did you forget Robyn is the reason he lost his millions? She owes him her life. For life. Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
Whoa. Okay. So,
that
whoa.
that's
Okay.
yeah,
S
that's
part. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. But I'm gonna come back to that. But I think Emmanuel, go ahead and speak, and then I got to get to Sebastian and
I just
Robyn.
want to say one last thing because
Yes.
in a way, I agree with everything you're saying. You know, it must have not been easy for her staying in that relationship because I mean, it's easy for us to be like, you could have moved on, but of course, it's harder. But again, I'm having trouble connecting with her because I think Ayanla said it best when she said, "Your behavior diminishes your message."
That
yes, I
part,
remember
Mary.
that.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
remember
Yep.
that. She said that to Tamar.
Yeah, she did. She said, "I need clarity. I need honesty." And we
Yes.
need that from Robyn. Robyn, we need clarity,
Yes.
honesty.
Emmanuel, you up here quoting the great a lot, and y'all have been so mad at you.
Yes.
Your behavior. Come on now.
Yes.
Diminishes
Your
And Robyn
message.
should have
your
did the work.
message.
She should have did the work. She should have did the work.
Come on now, okay? Okay. All right now. That's what I'm talking about, Emmanuel.
Yep.
Get it, honey. Bring the y'all. That's the goat right there.
Hey,
She said your behavior diminishes your message. So
that's
get your
right.
act together.
That's
Well,
right.
amen to that. That's a word. Come on now. I'm trying to tell you
Amen.
that.
Amen to
Amen.
that. Amen to that.
Wait, hold
Pass the
on.
collection plate.
Hold on. That pass the plate. Pass the
Oh,
plate.
oh.
I need an usher. I'm about to
Listen,
faint.
this is Thursday night Bible study. And Mo Walker, you are right. What you allow, you condone.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, Yana.
I need an usher and a fan. I'm about to faint. Oh, oh, oh.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here.
Emmanuel, you done shut the night down.
Yeah.
That part right there. You done shut the night down. Come on, boy. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
All right, Sebastian, what do you have to say about Robyn?
Robyn messed up. She
She
messed
did.
up big time.
Yeah,
You
she
messed
did.
up badly, sis.
Yeah.
You can't have this whole storyline.
Yep.
Let the reunion film. And then you later on decide we're not going to do it on our podcast. We're going to move it on to a subscription-based platform, Patreon. Wanted the international community to contribute $5. And I'm guessing how many people probably contributed? Like a good 2 million, maybe. So you multiply that by 5. So you could just make your little bank. I hope that the money that you gain from this, you give it to Juan for the money that you lost of his. Another thing is, I don't feel bad that Juan cheated on her. They were never married.
Whoa.
They were never married. They were never married. He always said he's only doing this for the show. Last time I checked, a couple seasons ago.
Oh,
saw it,
okay.
Where producers filmed him. Well, they didn't film him. His mic was still on. He had a hot mic moment and said that. Why am I supposed to feel bad for someone who knows that this man don't even love her?
Well,
why am I supposed to feel bad?
So he's just doing it for the check, basically.
That's what
right?
he said. He said he's only doing it for this show. He did say it. That's why we never see him at the
reunion.
That's what he said for the boys.
What? But can we have some compassion? You know, Trent said he missed Eve. He need her. She the equalizer. So in the name of Eve, can we have some compassion? Can we have a heart?
Listen,
Now, can I ask you something? When was the last time he was on the reunion? When was the last reunion he was on?
I gotta go back and check. But yeah, it's been a minute though. It's been a minute.
Okay.
Robyn, do you have a heart, some compassion for Robyn? Because she needs it right now.
Okay.
She's going through it. She's going through it. Listen, Robyn, before you speak, she's going through it.
Yes.
Her man has cheated on her. Now the world knows. The side chick want to be an Arion in these streets. That's what she's doing. That's what that side chick doing. And listen, years ago, side chicks knew their place. Shut up and sit in the back of the pew of the church. Now they want to come sit in the front. Now they asking the usher to sit them next to the man that they know they're cheating with.
Yeah,
these side chicks are wilding out. They're wilding out.
Their legs. And then cross their legs.
That part.
Right.
And pull up the skirt a little bit.
Well, listen, okay. Here's my bit of compassion.
Yes.
I'd like to start by saying that I think that it is hilarious that we are so outraged that it has been revealed that Robyn withheld details of her relationship with Juan. The fact that we now know that this woman, Ariane Light, has contacted everybody on the cast and gave this information. So what is Mim says? Mim says the streets are talking and the curb be listening. So the curb's been listening, so we know. And I think that the Bravo talent has just learned how to game the system. The fact that these shows have more from reality TV to reality-based TV, it's their fault because they have willingly participated in the semi-scripted and pre-produced scenarios for too long. So you know what? I said good for Robyn, because you know what? At this moment, if it's true that she is terminated, that's jacked up. But if it's not true, then good on her. She got over and she won.
She won?
$5 at a time. What I mean by that is people are complaining that she didn't share, but people have known she hasn't been sharing. If you take a moment and sit back, over how many, 7, 8 seasons now? What is her story? Not storyline. What's her story?
That's a good question.
Well, Robyn, I don't think it's a lot about the crime. It's more about the cover-up that got fans a little mad.
But she was allowed to do it. She was allowed to do it. Do you think that just the same way, I bet you Diva gets things as a content creator in her DMs and a whole lot of other people get stuff, do you think that they're the only ones who have that information get it? Do you not believe that people, in this day of social media especially, how easy it is to get in touch with people? I am not convinced that at least one, or if not a handful of producers on the show knew this information as well. And they sat on it. They sat on that. She and Giselle have never had an honest storyline. We know their history, but we don't know their current life experience fully.
Now, Diva, can I ask you one more question? Do you think this is Robyn's karma for lying on Karen?
No, listen, they all lie. They all lie. Robyn, let me tell you something. I'm telling you this. Robyn didn't know how to navigate this situation because she was embarrassed. She was embarrassed. She didn't know how to navigate it. And what she should have did was, if I was her friend, I would have been like, yo, we got to step in front of this. We're not going to let that side chick win. We're not going to let that side chick think she got one up on us.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
I would have came up there and let the side chick know, guess what? You did what you did, but we still getting married. You will not be in my place on the Real Housewives of Potomac. You will not step in line. Yep. If I wanted to have still, that's what I would have did. We still getting married, and I would have had a full-blown production wedding. I wouldn't have snuck off to Jamaica. I would have did none of that. I would have been at the bridal shop with my mother, my father, my uncle, my sister, my brother. Snap me from the left, snap me from the right. And I would have sent her, just like she sent in my DMs that she was with my man, knowing we was about to get married. I would have sent her in her DMs. Check this out. I'm at the bridal shop today. Check this out. Okay, I got my dress. Check this, boo. I'm still on Potomac on this TV, and I'm about to tell the people that you can kiss my whole behind. That's what I would have did.
One more thing about that Patreon thing. After listening to it, I think that Robyn was so backward. I think that she should have collected money up front so she could have paid somebody to write her a better excuse, because everything she said, she tripped over herself and made no sense. I wish that if, having been a former PR professional, and that's probably why she's former, she should never have said anything beyond, I'm aware of it, I handled it, I have nothing else to say about it, period.
That part, she could have did that too. But listen, guys, because we're about to bring this car into the last station. I had an amazing, amazing time with you tonight. But it is Black History Month, right? And I want you to know that the police department in Miami, Roy, you ready here? We got to show them this, okay? Because the police department, you wasn't ready. It's okay. The police,
Go ahead. I got it. I'm pulling it up.
Okay, you pull up. The police department in Miami said they care about the Black people, and they care that this is Black History Month, okay? They done dedicated a whole car. They had a whole ceremony. They unveiled the car, okay? And that car is painted, the police car is painted and dedicated to Black history. We're going to have to give it up. We're going to have to give it up to the people of Miami. We're about to show y'all this car because they want y'all to know. If we have to arrest one of y'all, it's okay. We're going to put you in the Black History police car when we arrest you, okay? And we might get you some handcuffs that got a little Black history on it too. So hold on a minute, I'm gonna show that to you. Now, Sheila, thank you so much for the super chat. Robyn showed her butt this season for all the wrong reasons. Sheila, you are correct. Everything she called out Karen for was merely a reflection of her. Sheila. Sheila. You know what, Sheila? Thank you for that super chat and those facts, honey. You know what? You are correct. She wanted to show blue eyes, but she didn't want to show it to Karen. And she knew Karen knew the facts. Because Karen said, you know, but you gotta love the grind down, because the grind down said, Robyn, you smart. You ain't stupid. You know about this chick, Robyn. You know she exists. So hold on 1 second, guys. Let's bring this up. We gotta show you this Black history card. Okay, give it up to the Miami Police Department. Look at them. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I was just going to say I'm gonna mute it because I don't know what's on here, so we just gonna watch the video.
Let's mute it. We don't need no trouble.
Exactly.
Wait, they're gonna show it to you. Wait, look at that. They got some African stuff on the side. The colors of Black history colors. Okay.
Oh wow.
And they had a whole ceremony. It says the Miami police unveiled their new Black history vehicle. So they let y'all know, come live in Miami. We got y'all. We love y'all.
That's
they
good.
Not see this. They not doing the Steph Curry. They not saying no, not in our neighborhood. They say we got y'all. Look at this. Black History Month.
That was nice.
Look at that. Come on now. Look at them. Look at them happy. The brothers and sisters in blue in Miami. Thank you for a year.
That was
nice. See that? Black History Month. They got a whole card dedicated to the peoples. Okay.
That's great.
Isn't that great? Okay, let's go around and close this thing down. I'm gonna start at the bottom. Juanita, what are your final words?
Well, I just hope I'm not thinking about Seth Curry. You know, he's just a fool.
Where Juanita?
I'm sorry. He's just a young.
Juanita, hold on 1 second. Juanita, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. See, Mo, you didn't. We were trying to close that nice, Mo. She said.
I was thinking the same thing, Mo. They gonna beat you before or after they put you in court.
Oh,
listen, wait.
The shade.
Wow.
No, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, they being nice. Listen, wait, hold on.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. See, I'm trying to
Messy.
Oh my God, y'all killing me. All right, okay, I can't stop. No, I'm sorry. Listen, y'all, we doing closeout comments. Why you started, Mo? Why you do that? We trying to close this thing out, okay? That's it. Okay, I'm together now. I'm sorry, Juanita. Go ahead. I'm sitting up.
Okay. Maybe I should just say that Seth Curry is just young and foolish. She just don't understand. But as far as Robyn, again, I say I just feel sorry for her. She just let the wrong people in a circle get wrong advice, and now she just possibly may be out of a job. And Juan is gonna move on to the side piece. And I'm like you, Diva. I wouldn't have given her all that pleasure. I would have been flashing everything. I would have had the biggest wedding and the biggest reception, the best venue, and let Bravo pay for all of it.
That part. And I would have upgraded my ring. And everything I would have showed up in. I'd be like, look, guys, look what he got. He upgraded me.
And I would have had 2 or 3 gowns to change in, like Nene did.
And Portia.
Yeah, Portia. Yep.
Pull a Portia up on the peoples, okay? Denzel. Yes. Thank you, Juanita. Denzel, what are your final words?
Robyn, she needs to be truthful, and not only that, she needs to find somebody else. You know, if he doesn't love her, she needs to find somebody else.
She does. She's not strong enough. Denzel, I wasn't laughing at you misbehaving. You ain't right. You ain't right. But thank you for
do
the
you
super chat.
do you think she have low self-esteem?
She got very low self-esteem. But hold on, Denzel. Misbehaving. Thank you so much for the super chat. You said no diva. Miami man police are trolling. Listen, they dedicated this car to y'all. This is Black History Month. They here for y'all. Don't do that. Thank you, misbehaving. Thank you. Okay. Emmanuel, what are your final words?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of ironic that it happened in Miami because unfortunately, the governor of Florida wants to remove African American studies from high schools. So I think that's
that part.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty problematic. So I wanted to put that out there so people.
No, you know what? Now that you say that, man, that's very problematic. So you're gonna remove the study, but you're gonna give us a police car.
Exactly.
Well, they said to haul you people in.
Oh,
You haul you people off in jail. To get a carload of you people.
Well, I need to say you people.
I'm sorry. Who said that? Misbehaving. She's right. They trolling us. You know what? This is terrible. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This is a mess. Miami, y'all messy. Zena, what are your final words?
Ooh, I feel like this was such a waste of time. They could have allocated that money towards something else. I believe there's 74,000 Black people living in Miami, and about the 74 out of the 74,000, there's 26,000 who do not even have a sustainable lifestyle. So all that money, I don't know how much they spent on the paint job, but that could have been used for something way better. Help the education.
That's true.
Do some healthcare, something else. But this was a slap in our face, basically. Just like that MLK arm thing. I didn't like that either.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah.
Yeah. We can't go there.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Lord.
But listen, they tried. He had good intentions. And the picture, the reference he used, he tried. But hold on 1 second. I'm gonna backtrack here. Okay, listen, look at you. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Denat. How are you doing today? This evening.
I'm doing well, Denat. Well, thank you for stopping by. Look at you, looking all good. You got the nice background there. Okay, talk to us.
Thank you.
They got
Nice.
here.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. No, I'm a big personality over on the social audio app Clubhouse, and I'm just like coming to YouTube because I've done acting and stuff, and so I'm just like coming to YouTube, bringing my opinion, trying to network, and
well, we
that's
like
good.
that. Okay. Go ahead, do your network thing, Denai. What would you like to say?
Oh no, so I came up here specifically because you guys were talking about Ron DeSantis in Florida and like what's going on. I just wanted to say this Black History Month, we do need to talk about it because I remember a couple of years ago during the pandemic, my nephews, they were studying and in their work, they were the quote unquote Black history was they was teaching them that Black people were paid sharecroppers with food, water, housing, and that they weren't slaves. And now they're trying to take it out of the books. And I'm just thinking about propaganda and how all of this is working. So you mean to tell me the history that, we know from 100 years ago, we can no longer study that, the next generation coming up. And then they're looking at people like Beyonce, or they're looking at like, Tyree Nichols, where a Black man hurt another Black man. And then it's just like they're really trying to erase the notion of racism and discrimination, and they're really trying to invade and take our civil rights. I just wanted to say that. So sorry, why y'all laughing at me?
Oh no, they're not laughing at you. Now somebody they're loving you, Deno. They're loving you.
My bad.
We're looking at the comments. They're loving you. They're trying to tell another person in you to move over because you're here. Okay. So listen, you got a great personality. I'm glad you stopped by. Listen, roam the YouTube streets and do your thing. You got a look going on there. You got a word in your mouth. You know, you trying to do your thing. I'm not mad at you. And you are correct. We know we like to have fun over here, but you are correct that, you know, removing the Black history is problematic. But I will say this too, that the unfortunate thing is when it comes to our history, we're really going to have to teach our children ourselves.
That's true.
We as a community, because the schools, even outside of Black history, there are so many other things that the schools are not teaching that are going to have our children in our community lost, okay, because it's not being done in the schools. So my thing is too, when it comes to the children in the school. Now, I grew up like I'm way older than all of y'all up here. But when I went to school in the Bronx, they had home ec. They had all kinds of different classes to not only help you learn like the academic stuff, but you learned a whole lot of stuff that would help you when you had to go out in the world on your own. Now, I want to say this, that unfortunately, part of why they taught that stuff is because they didn't promote going to college a lot in the school in the neighborhood that I went to. So they was preparing us for when we was 18 to go out there, be on the world, do our own thing, and get a job. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with getting a job, but they wasn't pushing so much, go to school, go to school, go to school.
Man,
I'm
ask
lucky,
a question
you know.
about that.
Yes, you can, of course.
And it raises a recent issue, like obviously with Eddie Griffin. He was talking a lot of crap about the nuclear Black family, saying that Black women destroyed it because they accepted child support and stuff from the white man, and saying that it's the Black woman's fault for the condition in which we're in, you know. So I just wanted to get your opinion about that, how disrespectful he was on Black History Month, and just blaming the Black woman for everything and saying that it's the Black woman's fault, given the fact that we actually do live in a matriarchic system.
Let me tell you something. You know what? I don't know where you came from, but honey, you got a word in your mouth. Okay. I'm just trying to tell you.
Exactly.
But let me tell you, let me say this to you. It's the foolery that comes out of the mouths of our own brothers that help tears us down. They said the lowest person in the world on the totem pole is a Black female. We get disrespected, we get mistreated. But not only do we get disrespected and mistreated, we get disrespected and mistreated by the men from our own community.
It's messed up. It's messed up.
This very messed up. Thank you, Denzel. They will get with us when they're trying to rise up. We will give everything, our heart and our soul, into helping them rise up to the top. We will work 3 jobs supporting their dream. And then what happens is, when they get to that point and they get to that dream, they drop us like a hot potato, even if they leaving us with 5 kids that they supply 50% of their DNA for. And they'll leave us in the dust. And what happens is they want to act like we don't exist. They want to get with the other woman and make a whole new family. And then the lowest of the low, to try to make us feel even lower, they want to talk about, oh, you want to take me to court for the to the man to get child support. Well, let me tell you something. And to every female out there, don't let anybody play you. When it comes to supporting a child, you help me make this child. I'm not going to be calling you on the phone every day, begging you for a sneaker shoe, a piece of chicken, a blanket for our kid. So if I got to go to the court and get a court order, so every week that money comes to me, and even if it doesn't come to me every week, when you get behind, I'm still going to get it. Okay.
Well,
and when you go, well, let me say this, because you got me worked up here. And when you go and you decide you didn't have the money this week, that week, or whatever, that's fine. I don't never got to speak to you. Because guess what? When you get that tax return in the mail, before they send it to you, they're going to take mine and give it to me. So he's disrespectful. He's out of line. He's out of pocket. He's messy. And he's always saying some slick rhetoric out of his mouth to incite the people and to degrade the female. He's pissing me off. But
that's
go
true.
ahead.
No, that's absolutely true. And I think, I'm a firm believer that men should hold men accountable and women should hold women accountable. But in doing so, it's like voluntarily like created an echo chamber because women got women back and men got men back, and it's like polarizing and so forth. So I absolutely agree that he's very disrespectful, and his message definitely was rude in how it was said. But sometimes we got to say certain things to get these conversations going. And I think he knows that, and I think he's a clout chaser at the same time. So I appreciate your take on that.
Well, I appreciate you asking the question. And listen, the people are loving you. They want to know where they can find you at. So where can they find you?
I'm on YouTube. I got my own channel. Is Denat or House. That's HAUS of Clout. That's my YouTube channel. I don't know if I want to turn into a blog or whatever. I'm just like really having fun, trying to network and trying to get back in front of the camera. I am a professionally trained actor with credits, but I'm just really trying to do my own thing right now.
Well, listen, they love you. Okay, you can come through the Great Tribe at any time. We like your conversation and how you get the people thinking. And I do agree that there's conversations that need to be had. But for the most part, every time we have a conversation, it started out of some negativity. That's not the only way that a conversation can happen and it can be started. So we need to start, being proactive instead of reactive. If we want to change our community and change the people, we have got to do better, and we have got to learn to respect each other.
Exactly.
And my thing is, if you want to make a baby, whether the baby is in wedlock, out of wedlock, or however this baby came, guess what?
That just brought me my next point. I just seen a video on the guest book or something where this black woman in Huntsville, Alabama, she went to court to do a paternity test, and the guy that she did the paternity test on is locked up for 6 to 8 years. And the judge went off and said, "Why are you wasting the court's time?" Yada yada. And it's like, at some point, we got to blame these women for having kids with these Pookie and Ray Rays as well, instead of just looking at the Pookie and Ray Rays and saying, "Oh, it's your fault," or "Oh, it's your fault." And it's just like this accountability game that we play in the Black community that causes a lot of toxicity, and it never really resolves anything. But like I said, I don't agree with Eddie Griffin. Like, we stopped dealing with him since he ate that mayonnaise sandwich at Undercover Brother. Let's be real, So yeah.
Listen, come back anytime, because you got me at the tail end of my show and I'm closing out. Love you. You're absolutely gorgeous. Love your background. The people are going to go to your channel. They said, "I'm subscribing." Okay. Oh, they said this train ride is interesting. But we added extra stops that have been added.
Is it okay? Is it okay if I
Yeah.
Is it okay if I paste my channel in the comments below?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
yes,
I'm gonna do it. Thank you. Okay. And thank you for being so welcoming, because it's just like our people in the Black community need to normalize like supporting, celebrating, and embracing each other rather than pulling each other
That
down.
is very true. Amen to that.
So,
now, Diva.
Huh?
Now, Diva. What is, sir? What is your name? Say your name for me.
Not you just called me a diva.
No, he's talking to me. He's talking to
her. Oh, but what's your name?
Oh, my name.
Say it for me. I didn't pronounce it right. I don't want to miss it.
Okay, Deny. I'm not sure you talking. I'm not used to like so many people on the panel, so I'm sorry.
You good? Deny. Let me tell you.
Deny.
Deny. Excuse me.
Yeah, never deny me. My name is Deny.
Yeah. Sir, Diva, this is what I'm talking about. The positivity coming in the room, coming into the YouTube, spreading it, doing what we should do. Sir came up. If you could just drop this comment for me. Sir came up in the Burberry. Do y'all see it? It's Burberry for me.
And young.
The Burberry, young, with the background, with the education, with the words. He came, he spoke, he made his points, he was positive, he was, just yes, sir.
And that's what we need.
And that is what we need.
That's what you call young wisdom. Young wisdom.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate you all. And too. You know what?
Yes.
And I will say this. This I read. I said it to you before. I read a lot of motivational books, and there's one that I love. A man is what he thinks. I think that if you think, positivity, that's what you probably experience a lot of. If you think otherwise, you probably connect and experience a lot of that. But it's, I can say this to you over here because you know what we're trying to do this year. This is divine intervention here. Many of you know we've announced earlier, we're doing this whole YouTube, we call it our YouTube tour for the streets, and it's about love, inspiration, and laughter. And so, and we're going to different people's channels, and we're just, doing the same thing that you're trying to do here. It's just, network and just help each other rise up to the top. Because listen, there is room at the table for everybody. So
Exactly.
you changed the train ride tonight, but we enjoyed picking you up on the train. And actually, you kind of represent a New York train for us, right? With the whole graffiti in the background. We're feeling you. We're feeling you.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
We're feeling you. We like it. People go over there, check him out, and subscribe. And I gotta finish this thing out. Royer, tell me your last words, 60 seconds, and then I'm
Last
going to. Yes.
Last word, 60 seconds. We opened up with Steph Curry. And Steph, I need you to go on back to the crib. I need you to reevaluate and rethink some things. I need you to step up your way of thinking, because the way you think, it obviously ain't connecting with the people. And you will be really upset if people out here stop paying your bills and stop affording the lifestyle that you live. So I suggest you go back home and rethink some things. Robyn, what's coming down the pipeline and exactly what you deserve. As Karen told us, the same hole, or excuse me, not Karen, Phaedra, the same hole you dug for me, just make sure you're digging it for yourself, because the hole that you think I'm going to fall in is the very one that you're falling in first, okay?
That part.
As far as this whole police, Diva, I honestly just thought that was just kind of, it just kind of tickled my funny bone today.
It did.
I'm glad that you ended that story. I'm glad you got that story and ended it on this, because that was funny.
It did, right? We got a nice laughter out of it. Yes, we are still doing the review on Saturday over at Royer's World. We are doing part 2 of the book Spare. We are loving, not liking, we are loving this book. I mean, it is touching our soul. And over here too, we equal opportunity, okay? Like, we might not like you, but then you come through the building and we end up loving you. So, it is what it is. But yes, we are doing part 2. Please go over to Royer's World. Please subscribe. Okay. Please like some videos when you're over there. But
Whose book? Whose book?
Prince Harry Spare.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's good.
Okay. Okay.
Denzel, meet us over there Saturday at 3 p.m. You won't be disappointed.
Okay.
You won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Part 1 on Diva's channel. You can go back to her lives and catch part 1 from this past Saturday. And then come and join us on part 2 on this coming Saturday on my channel.
Okay, that'd be great.
Thank you, Denzel. Okay, Robyn, your 60 seconds.
I just want to remind everyone that affordable housing is a relative term. I also would like to just say the ending with that Miami police car, as talk about trolling, man. I was like, well, you know what? If it is a car used only for their community affairs unit, I could get with it. But what they're going to do for Women's History Month, who are they going to put on their car? Susan B. Anthony? Sojourner Truth? I'm looking forward to it. I think that is ridiculous in its worst way. But you know what? It's been fun being here tonight on this second day of Black History Month. Looking forward to sharing more of our history with each other. And maybe we can take a moment to beat down Brother Ron DeSantis about his rejection of AP Black History. Because he's allowing everything else. But that's for another day. Everyone have a really wonderful night. And welcome to Not. I think that he left us already.
He did leave us. Listen, Derby Diva, oh my God. We love you and we glad you loved it. Oh my God, we're super excited. Royer, you got to put your channel in there, though, boo. You put 3 p.m. this Saturday, February the 4th, 2023. Write it again and put your channel in there, okay? Because you tell them meet us over there. And do your it's Thursday. Do your paperwork. I don't know when you're gonna do it in your sleep, but do your paperwork so we can post it on the community page. We need to know. Everybody needs to know to go over there. Great show. Be safe, everyone. Do not. We're awesome. Good night, everyone. Listen, guys, we're closing out. I love all of y'all. we made this panel, you know, it's diverse. Everybody gets to say their opinion. And just know this, you know, because you know me, I'm 10 toes down. You could punch back at me. You could punch back, but I'm still gonna tell you what I love. Okay. Robyn, thanks for being here. Roy Ear, thanks for being here. Zeta, I love you. Thanks for being here. Emmanuel, thank you. Denzel, listen, you becoming our friend here. Come over
Yes,
here. Thank
thank
you.
you. Can I say this before
Yes,
you close out?
yes,
Yeah, we need more laughter and more positivity in this
yes,
world, especially on YouTube.
yes,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
yes. Yes, we
This
do.
is the
And
place
we
to
and
be.
listen, we trying to bring it. We try to have fun over here. Sometimes the conversation get heavy, but for the most part, we try to have fun.
And
Juanita,
thank you, and thank you, and thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank
And
you, thank
Juanita,
you.
thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, the good.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you, Plum. Okay, for going over to Roy's World and subscribing. Okay, listen, guys.
yes.
We'll
Okay.
see you
Love you
next
guys.
time. Hit that
Right.
like
I tried to
button.
put
Hit
it in the
that
chat,
like button.
y'all. I don't know what's going on. It's not letting me put my link in, but go to Royer's World, ROYAIRE World, literally, just like that. And you can subscribe to my channel. Come join me and Diva on Saturday. It's gonna be so
All
much
right.
fun. We had
All
a
Okay.
right,
great time
guys.
last
Love
I
y'all.
Saturday.
And
love you
listen,
all.
get the
Love
book. Oh,
all of
yeah.
you
And we're
guys.
giving away a book on
Oh,
Saturday.
yes,
Bye,
yes.
guys. Good
Bye
Good night,
bye.
night.
y'all.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
Love y'all.
Love you
Love
too.
y'all too. Bye bye.